Leicester CND. When I first came into Leicester, Nerissa was the secretary and she organised a march against nuclear weapons. 1,000 of us walked down through Leicester. Hooray for peace!
I have to say, for a music teacher, my timing there was pretty bad. I have to work on that. Right, I guess, are we up for a bit of a sing song then? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nerissa. Happy birthday to you.
We brought some butter as well. Yeah, we've got a friend with us. Here you go. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's quite sweet, isn't it? So, happy birthday.
Hey, would you like to read out what it says on the
Yeah.
read out what it says on the cake.
It says, happy birthday, love from your spawn.
Well, I suppose it's meant to be speeches be rude not to follow his suit, wouldn't it? Should we say a few words, Rory? Should we say word by word? That might be a bit difficult. Right, well, I have to say, you're not looking too bad for someone who's halfway to 120. As you can see, I completely planned this speech. One of my friends told me there to make this speech a bit like the cheesiest cathedral city, so sure, I think we can do that just this once. We can sort of hang our dignity, yeah? Okay. I think a simple sentence would be just one word, thank you. My little shy twin brothers may have a few words in the background as well.
I always remember one of the things is we would have friends over, which you might somewhat describe as wayward youth, but every time anyone ever came over to our house, they always felt so welcome, and you always found a way to get on with everyone. It's just, it's uncanny, that ability you have. Morgan says you've always been so supportive, and whatever we've done, you've always helped us out. Even when interests change or things haven't panned out, you've always been so supportive. I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing if you weren't so supportive. Thank you.
I think, and in some sense, what we're really trying to say is it'd be wrong to say anything but that you were a great man. So thank you. I guess we're about to get up and say there's a speech now, is that right?
I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Well, hi everybody, and thank you so much for coming. It's just wonderful to have such an amazing crowd of people here. And I have to thank, first of all, my 3 sons, Callum, Rory and Connor, and obviously Bob and Laurie and Nat and Kurz for getting up here and saying the words they did, and I'm really appreciative of that. And just thank you. There's a wonderful crowd here. I've got loads of friends here from all over the country, friends from different parts of Hereford, friends from London. I've got a friend who's flown from Northern Ireland. I've got my friend Rosemary, who I haven't seen for 16 years, 26 years here. I've got friends from Gloucester, Sheffield, different parts of the Peak District, everywhere. Even Melford Road. So, thank you all for coming, and I have to say thank you to Sharon. Thank you to Sharon from Leicester College for these boots. Sharon gave me these as a Christmas present in January, and I was thinking of having a party, and I wasn't sure, but once Sharon gave came with these poots, I knew I had to have a party. Now I work at Leicester College with Sharon, and we work with profound and multiple learning disabilities, and there's a big crowd here from Leicester College. And I do the yoga, massage and relaxation bit, and Michelle and Frankie do a brilliant job in holding the team together. It's intense work. And often on a Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock, I'm massaging one of our students' feet. And you know what? There is nowhere else I'd rather be than Wednesday, 2 o'clock, massaging that student's foot. It's really wonderful. So I've worked at Leicester College for 25 years this year, and I've also worked for the WEA for 25 years, and we have a small staff team. We've got Dorcas and Deb here this evening, and lots of my yoga students from the WEA. Let's have a cheer for them. But I don't know when the point student becomes friend and friend becomes student, because they come together. People like Kirsty, who was on the stage, have been coming for 20 years. I think Nat must have been coming for 20 years. They both came to me when they were pregnant. There's lots of women here this evening came to me when they were pregnant. And really, I am a student because I am continually learning from you, my students, and that helps me be the yoga teacher that I am. Now, when I was 19, I'm from London, though I did spend some of my time in Dublin, and my mother was Irish. I was in the King's Road having lunch. I was having for lunch a coffee and a Hamlet cigar. I thought I was so cool. Luckily, when I was about 19, I also started to do a little bit of exercise. I used to do this every day. And I thought, oh, I wonder if this makes any difference. Oh, I'm losing a sash, Sharon. This is from Sharon. No, it's from Lindsay. Or Sharon. Anyway, I used to do this little bit of exercise every day, and I didn't know if it made any difference. And then sometime between 20 and 25, I went to a couple of yoga classes, and I actually never got into them. And at 25, I was living on a double-decker bus outside the Squat and Countersalt with Chris, my ex-husband, who's here this evening. And I think we got married at when I was 25. And when the weather got cold, we moved into the Squat. And then somebody said to me, oh, there's this guy, Adam. Now, Adam's here somewhere this evening. I don't know where he is, but is Adam here? Good. Anyway, somebody said, hi, Adam, that Adam was a teacher at Countersalt. He wasn't a yoga teacher, but he did these yoga sessions that you could just drop in. So being an unemployed student that I was, what changes, in sociology, I thought, well, I'll drop into his class. And actually I really got into it, and I really liked it. And then I started practicing yoga. And then at 27, Chris and I were living in California. He had a job and I didn't. And I went to lots of yoga there, no Pilates. And they didn't have Pilates in California then. And also at 27, I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? And I did a mind map. We didn't call it a mind map then, but we do now. Well, I did a mind map of all the jobs that I'd done, like being a barmaid, being a secretary, selling Whole Foods on the market, Leicester Market, market research. And what I really wanted to do was something creative, but I'm the only non-musical person in my family. And I can't sing or play a musical instrument, I can't paint, I can't draw, I can't even sew. So I thought, I'll have to get into creative living. So when I was 29, we were back in England. I trained to be a nurse in mental health and in learning disabilities, and was a yoga teacher. And I was training to be a yoga teacher at the same time. And I got heavily involved in CND, as Anna was saying. Thank you, Anna. And the peace movement in general. A lot of my friends here tonight I met through the peace movement, like Bob, we met in the early 80s, and let's hear a sound from all the peace movement people. And then when I was, then I got a job at Arnold Lodge as a staff nurse, and then when I was 34, I said to Chris, oh, I've got to do more travelling, you know? I haven't done enough travelling. I did start travelling at 18, and Chris and I had lots of adventures, and I thought, I've got to go to India. So my friend Alison and Nitin, are they here? Hooray! Anyway, my good friend Alison, who I met when I was 18 and she was 19, we were both doing O-level. She was married to this wonderful man Nitin, who's there at the back, and he introduced me to the Satyananda Yoga School. And I went out to India, and I met my friend Alita, who's also here, at the airport, and we spent time in the ashram. I did some travelling with Lalita. I travelled on my own. Chris came out, we travelled together, and that was brilliant. I came back to England and I thought, I could have a baby now. And I hadn't wanted babies, and all of a sudden I thought, yeah, I'll have a baby. And luckily, I was privileged enough to get pregnant, and I can, I'm at 36. Look at him now. And then anybody who knew me at that time would know that when Cam was about 18 months old, I used to say to people, wouldn't it be awful to have twins? Well, at 39, I had twins. So it was quite a shock to the system. 3 boys in 3 years. And people used to say to me, 3 boys, how awful. But you know what? We've had a ball. We've had a great time, guys. So I spent 20 years bringing up my boys, and at some point Chris and me went our own way, and Chris married Angie, who was going to be here tonight and isn't. And I wanted to say that she has been a brilliant stepmother to my son. She really has. And obviously that's a hard thing, you know, when you're sharing with children, but she has been a brilliant stepmother. And Chris and me worked together as a team bringing up our boys. But I also spent 20 years getting into yoga. My brief in life was to make yoga accessible to everybody, whatever their age, their shape, their size, their religion, whoever they were. I wanted yoga to be for everybody. And it's so great that so many people here are people who are my students, friends, students of yoga. And we have got here tonight Doug, who was 90, we celebrated his birthday before Christmas. We've got Barbara, who is going to be 80 tomorrow. And I think we should have a cheer for Barbara. I don't know where you are, Barbara, but cheer for Barbara. And that brings me here now. And with you all, which is wonderful. Now, I would love to stand here like Frank Sinatra. You know, he has that song that says, regrets, I have a few. But do you know what? Mistakes, I have many. You know, I really have made mistakes in my life. Serious mistakes. Okay, everybody, we're going to make a very loud, deep sound. So you want your knees soft and your thighs strong. And you've got your hands together like this. So if you haven't done it before, you'll pick it up. And if you have done it before, let's just do it. We're going to make the deepest, loudest ha sound ever. So you take your